So this is going to be probably the conclusion of this episode. This is also going to be the most amusing part. Just to prove my point again that James Gunn has no idea what he's doing with the DC universe. Like at all.
Okay, so there's been multiple reports in the last couple of weeks, and the first one came right at the beginning of July, and this was that, Lobo has evolved, and they are going to be officially moving forward on some sort of film adaptation. Now, we don't know much about it. The obvious going theory and consensus is that it's going to star Jason Momoa. That makes sense, but on the other side of that, we're also hearing that the TV series may be expanded a little bit too far out of what you can do on TV on Max, and that they were like, look, this is going to cost us too much, and if it's going to cost this much, let's just put the effort into a film, which again would make sense. And I think there's a couple reasons they probably did that. One, obviously, you got Jason Momoa. They've already proven he can sell a film, including a character like Aquaman, or maybe Aquaman also sells Jason Momoa as that character. So maybe it was some sort of synergy and good relationship there between the two. But also, Jason has the energy, and the Lobo is interesting enough that I don't think you should relegate him to something like a throwaway TV series that might not get hyped up enough by Max, which has a real possibility of happening. So I honestly think this is a smart decision on their part. And if you are moving forward with Lobo in a way that fans can kind of get to understand who the character is in this bigger universe, toss in maybe some cameos, have him work with another DC character that's established, this makes a lot of sense. And if you guys remember, a couple months ago, David Zaslav said pretty soon we would find out a lot more about other DCU projects that have not been announced. Well, I think this has a chance of being one of them.
And I disagree 100%. Lobo is a stupid character. He's a D-list character, just like Mr. Terrific. James Gunn is obsessed with these D-list, ridiculous characters that most muggles in the audience are never going to understand. And they don't recognize. When you're making a new universe, the first thing you need to do is establish your core characters. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Manhunter, maybe, Green Arrow, Black Canary. The characters people actually give a damn about. Outside of a couple hundred people in the comic book community, ain't no one give a damn about Mr. Terrific or Metamorpho or the Creature Commanders or the Authority, whoever the hell they are. I'm like, what are you doing? And now he's not announcing a new Wonder Woman film or a Flash movie or announcing the casting for the new Batman, another new Batman who has to introduce a new Robin that's never been seen on screen. He's making a freaking Lobo film. Like, this proves everything I've been saying. This universe is going to be a hot mess. He's got the Super Friends movies co-starring Superman. Looks like it's going to be garbage. Apparently, got the Authority movie coming out before the Batman film, apparently. Creature Commanders TV show, wherever they are. I could care less. Mr. Terrific is showing up in the Superman movie for some reason. A.K.A. Super Friends. There's rumors about Kara showing up, which makes sense to me. Lobo film does not make any sense to me at all. Before you get Batman film, before you establish a new Wonder Woman, before you establish a new Flash, Lobo? Really? He's not even remotely interesting. He's a space bounty hunter. A discount Boba Fett. And Boba Fett is a garbage character too. Just to put that out there. For all the Boba Fett fans out there that think he's more interesting than he actually is. He's not. And you can say, oh, Jason Momoa might be cast as him. Okay, fine. Lobo ain't gonna sell no tickets. Outside of the the comic book audience, the moguls ain't gonna care. Maybe some girls will care because Jason Momoa, but it's not gonna break a billion. I doubt it'll break even half of that. Aquaguy sold because it was the last film in the DCEU or whatever it was called. That's why it made bank. I don't know specifically him, but it was because it was the last film. That and the Flash. But to not announce a new Wonder Woman film or new Flash, who's hopefully not Ezra Miller, hopefully they get a blonde to play the character this time. I hate blondes. I know what blondes look like, and he was not a blonde. Barry Allen is a blonde. He's not Hispanic. So, Lobo movie. You gotta be shitting me. This is why I want to see this topic for last in this episode because this is too damn funny. Like, I want to look up the slate for James Gunn's DC universe, quote unquote. Because like this is the problem that I have with these studios and their obsession with cinematic universes. Doesn't work, man. Not all the time. Not when you're starting a new universe. You gotta build bit by block. When you're building a house, you gotta start with the foundation, the cement, and then you build from there. You don't lay down the wood until you got the cement down to keep the house steady. And who outside of the comic community is going to give a shit about Lobo? I've been reading comics for years. Never gave a shit about Lobo. Never. He had like one appearance in a Superman animated cartoon back in the 90s. Never showed up again. See, this is what I'm talking about. Who the hell are the creature commanders? Yeah, who cares about Amanda Waller, pal? You gotta be shitting me with this. It just sounds like it's hyping up his own stuff. I don't believe a word he's saying. Been renamed Super Friends, co-starring Superman, and it looks like it's gonna be shit. Like everything I've seen, said photos outside of the suit looks pretty good, but like not most of it's out of context, obviously, but it looks like it's gonna be a hot mess. Um, I have no faith in this new universe at all. I've said this 100 times. I'm sick of reboots, and it looks like this could be worse than what was done before. It's like the only problem I had with the last universe was everything was out of order. They started with Wonder Woman set in the 30s and 40s, and then going to Man of Steel in the present day, then going to Batman, then going to the Flash, and then introduce Aquaguy. Could have been okay, maybe. Probably still would have been a mess. Snyder's not a writer; he's a visual guy. This dude, I don't know. I don't want to judge him too harshly, but I don't buy it, man. I think I don't think he's the right guy to be doing tackling Superman. Because I must be in the minority on this, but I don't like Guardians 3 that much at all. The first one is fantastic. So for me, he's got 1 out of 3 good Guardians films. Um, don't like the Suicide Squad movies at all. Thought they were both dog shit. Um, so, and then the release going to say next with the Batman film is going to be pretty amusing. I mean, like, if they don't put Green Lantern in space, I would disappointed. The fact that it's on TV and live action gives me hope. This might be the only project I'm actually excited for. This wacky new DCU, whatever you want to call it. I guarantee they're going to be looking into the anti-life equation. That's the only thing I could think of that would actually tie into like Justice League or whatever. But like, you don't put the Authority and the Creature Commanders in your first Superman film before he's established properly. This is why Marvel started out so good because they started with Iron Man. The MCU didn't start until Nick Fury showed up at the end of the film. This guy is throwing in the Authority and Creature Commanders. I'm like, what the? Yeah, there we go. It's a passion project. That's the only reason he's doing it. Well, like 95% of muggles ain't gonna know what the Authority is. The Authority do not belong in the first half of the DCU. They should be in their own pocket universe. It doesn't make any sense. which is all ladies, by the way. So it's all going to be chicks. It's Game of Thrones with chicks. Yeah, fascinating. Nope, timeout. Timeout. Red flag right there. Red flag. Damon Wayne is the worst Robin. Even Jason Todd has a code. Damon Wayne was raised to be a murderer by the League of Assassins since the day he was born. Should have never worn that Robinson. He's a murderer. Look at the image on the screen. He's got a freaking sword. It's like he's about to chop Batman's freaking head off. Like me personally, I can't stand Damon Wayne. He's the worst Robin. The worst. The fact this guy said is his favorite Robin, like, oh god. Oh god. Oh, that's not good, man. That is not good. And with the news that dropped today or yesterday about the stupid Lobo film, not the casting of the new Batman to establish and yet another guy wearing the cowl. Lobo. Like, do we need to say more? Yeah, Booster Gold is a wannabe hero from the future. And he was in Smallville, I think, the last season. Did a pretty good job with him in Smallville with the budget they had for that show back then. TV show for Booster Gold, I don't know if that's going to sell. Like, to see he's doing all these stupid D-list characters that most people ain't going to recognize or give a damn about. Tell you, this guy is not the dude that should be leading this universe. He's not. When you got Booster Gold as getting a TV show, like, are you serious? You got to be shitting me. That is just, it's not good, man. That is a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah. I have no faith in this one, people. Really don't. Someone in the comments saying, I hope God knows what he's doing. He doesn't. Having the story move back and forth from animation live action is smart. Is it smart? So this is the lineup this guy has for the DCU. Creature Commanders, Waller, Super Friends, co-starring Superman. It was like a hot mess. Lanterns actually looks pretty good. The Authority, don't care. Paradise Lost, no, don't care. Even the Bold, starring Batman and his murder son, Damien, don't care. Booster Gold, nope. Supergirl, eh. Swamp Thing, really? No Wonder Woman, no Flash. Like, what kind of lineup is this? And just and that just proves my point. And now if they diss no Lobo, which is gonna, I don't know, fit somewhere on that list, I guess. This is gonna be a hot mess. I'm like, well, how do you know that? The evidence is right in front of us. All you gotta do is open your eyes. Stop trying to be like, oh my god, he knows what he's doing. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I'm sure he thinks he does, but in my opinion, this ain't gonna be no different than it was before. Because it just seems like they're just jumping the gun, going from A to Z. Like, first Superman film, let's not worry about establishing Clark Kent, a new Clark Kent, who's not Henry Cavill, or Brandon Routh, or Tyler Hoechlin on TV. We're going to throw in the Authority, possibly Brainiac, or Mongol, whoever. Creature Commanders, whoever the hell they are. No Batman, no Wonder Woman, no Flash. Instead of Mr. Terrific, who the lowest of D-list characters, those Pokeballs criminals. Like, what? Metamorpho. Who else is throwing this nonsense? Hawk Girl. It's like, seriously, dude, just make a Justice League movie. You get all the characters you want in that. And Superman, focus on Superman. You can build everything else after. Like, I don't want to compare it to Marvel, but this is why Marvel was so successful in the first 10 years. Because you didn't have Captain America show up in the first Iron Man film. You didn't have the freaking Hulk show up in the first Iron Man film. Or Thor, or Hawkeye, or Widow. You focus on Tony Stark and you build from there. That's why it worked. This guy's going from A to Z. You got maybe the dumbest lineup of product I've ever seen in my damn life. And this guy is the co-head of the studio. Good Lord. This is going to be a mess. Swamp Thing? Like, really? I can't believe Titans was canceled for this garbage. And the Authority sounds like The Boys, like a character study of superheroes. And like, I don't know if I really need that in Superman, though. That's my problem. Lanterns looks like it could be good. I'm looking forward to seeing more on that. But like the other products sound ridiculous. No one cares about Amanda Waller. No one cares about the Authority. Paradise Lost. I'm like, yeah. Booster Gold. I'm like, are you serious? Even Blue Beetle tanked in the theater. Because it's not Ted Cord Blue Beetle, so who cares? They just wanted to have another inexperienced kid hero, like a little tiny Spider-Man in the MCU. Can't even tie his own shoes without Tony Stark holding his hand. So, like, for those of us like myself who have no interest in this ECU, outside of the Green Lantern show, which will finally star Jon Stewart after how many years? Finally. Outside of that show, I really wish they kept Titans going in the Elseworlds category, because none of these movies have my attention. None of them. Or even the Bold starring Murderer, Murderer Damian Wayne. I mean, like I said, he mentioned the Bat family as well. And I'm like, okay. But like Damian Wayne, as specifically as Robin, you gotta be kidding me. Ugh. But like red flag right there. That is not good. It's like, what about the Muggles? They're gonna be confused. Like, wait, I thought Tim Drake was Robin. I thought Richard Grayson was Robin. No, in James Gunn's universe, he's gonna be a freaking murderer who's raised by the League of Assassins. And it's gonna be rated R because Damon actually kills people. Even Jason Todd will use rubber bullets once in a while. Or Jason still has a code. Like, he's crazy, but he still has a code. Damon ain't got no code. He's a murderer. He's the worst Robin to ever wear that suit. The worst. This guy says he's his favorite Robin. Good grief. This universe is in trouble. People think the MCU is garbage now, and it is. After that Captain America trailer, I'm starting to agree. Just putting the Red Hulk in that movie is just the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Especially with this version of Cap. Like, Sam has got no powers. Red Hulk is going to squash him like a bug. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised, because Sam doesn't stand a lick of a chance against Hulk. Like, Rogers had a chance against Thanos once he picked up Mjolnir. Still got his ass handed to him, but at least then he leveled the playing field a little bit for about 10 seconds, but Sam ain't got that type of chance against the Red Hulk. If they had a Serpent Society, I might have more faith in this, but it just looks like they're doing a bunch of rehashing that they don't need to do. And the Lobo film and development, this is straight up retarded. Jason Momoa is not even that great of an actor, in my opinion. And to put him front and center, just they're gonna make it a comedy, because I can't see myself ever getting excited for that. Again, no Wonder Woman, no new Batman announcement, no Flash, Lobo. Enough said.